Welcome back. It's the U.S. turn. We're finishing up the summer of 1913, so things are going to end up very quickly coming to a head. The U.S. has 3 IPPs. They're spinning that on a Lend-Lease down to Mexico to the revolutionaries. The revolutionaries are going to attack from their traditional 2 places of Eastern and Veracruz down to the south. That'll be a total of 4 infantry and a cavalry against 1 infantry. So infantry is going to be brown, cavalry is yellow, defending infantry is black. They do that. Defender hits. So we're going to take off a unit. Do that again. And attacker hits, defender perishes. So attacker moves into the south with 3 infantry and a cavalry, claiming a territory now. The Lend-Lease of 1 infantry will go to eastern Mexico, and recruitment 6 against the territory requirement of 4, so that didn't work out. So for a recap, you can see 2 infantry in the north, 1 in eastern, 3 in the south, 1 cavalry, and that includes, of course, the Lend-Lease, but no recruitment. So next, we have the Bulgarians with 2 infantry and an artillery are going to attack the 1 in Eastern Macedonia. So I have an artillery first strike with a mountain penalty. That didn't work out. 1 supported, 1 unsupported. And the unsupported hits at a 1. The defender hits. So the Ottomans lose Eastern Macedonia. The Bulgarians move in with 1 artillery, 1 infantry, thereby taking the territory. Now rolling on a recruitment of a 2. And a 3 is just no joy. So, such ends the First Balkan War unless it's extended. So, let's talk about random events before we talk about the disposition at the end of the First Balkan War and start of the Second. So, a 6 and a 5. 6 traditionally, sorry I didn't say it in advance, but a 6 is in the west and a 5 is in the east. And so there are some there that just fall 1913 in the west. Typhus. So each major power with units at war in the Balkans, that's, on the mini-map, basically, has to pay 1 to improve medical practices or remove an infantry unit, and each minor power removes an infantry unit unless their controlling major power also pays for them. So they're all going to do that. I'm going to go back over there and describe that impact in a minute. On the east side, we have a 5. Boy, it's kind of not too exciting, but hey, it's a random event. So, Bailing Rebellion, we put a militia in Hope and Shantung along with a damaged rail marker in each territory. So that's in China, and I can do that. So, not much with respects to the war. So, what's going to happen is Britain is going to pay 1 IPP for Greece to improve the medical practices. The Ottomans are going to pay 1 IPP to improve medical practices for the Ottomans. And Russia is going to pay their 1 for Serbia. And the United States is the controlling power. Well, actually, they're not the controlling power anymore. It'll be Austria. Because at the end of the summer of 1913, the Balkan War ends. So the disposition of that Balkan War, I'll talk about it real quick. the Bulgarian forces have to go back into Bulgaria. So Eastern Macedonia is wide open. It's no longer claimed. Let me check real quick. Yeah, they made it very clear. They have to return to their country on the sheet. So Eastern Macedonia is wide open again. So the U.S. is no longer controlling the Bulgarians since they switched sides. They are now controlled by the Austrians, and they are part of the Central Powers. So now they're all against the Ottomans, and the Bulgarians are against the Serbs and Montenegrins and the Greeks. So Austria is going to have to pay that $1 or remove an infantry unit. So that is everybody that is accounted for and present in the mini-map and their impact on their income. So that, once again, so Russia, Austria, Ottomans, the British, and the French are all going to have to pay an IPP to improve the medical practices due to a typhus outbreak. That's the two random events. I'll place the militia in those locations, as well as the broken rail for the territories in China. Other than that, we'll see you in the fall winter of 1913 for the Second Balkan War.